And as we know, it could get to about 10 by the time we get ready to have the meeting, which I hope not.
Are we gonna do it in that order? One, two?
But the just there's two items that had to be added. Well, actually three items, and I wasn't able to email them because we're having trouble with the email at the community board. They're not
Right.
going through. Um, it was the liquor license that was postponed last night. The 53 LLC Palm Sunrise elections at 8 p.m. And then Frank Lang from Senix sent a letter for an item for the Jenny's Hold. They would like to come and present. As Jenny Holds has been a critical source of housing for elderly residents in the North Brooklyn since completion in 1980. The addition will create over 200 new low-income apartments for elderly residents on the corner of Bushwick Avenue and Grand Street. And he made a request to come present at the full board.
Okay.
Those are the three items that were added.
So the one for the item for the election, but
Yeah.
that's at 8 o'clock, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
So then we're going to have to we have to put in the agenda, but so so it's with the election, it's 5 items in total, Johanna?
Yes. Five items. And the liquor license, which they're not listed here, so that will be six.
Which liquor license? I thought
Just
we.
just a listing of the liquor licenses.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, yeah.
So we got three liquor licenses or just two?
Just two.
Okay, so they'll go first, and
Yeah,
then we can put Jen and Halls on.
yeah.
So that's three, and
So
then
the
we
liquor
we got to put
license
the election on at 8, so that's four.
so which liquor license is first, Madam Chair? The Dr. Dibanowski,
Um.
SLA.
Oh, we got number one. That's
The Public Affairs Community.
yeah, the gateway to Greenpoint. Yeah, so we put the two liquor license on, and then do we want to put number one on, or do we want to put Jen Halls on?
I think we should put number one on then Jenny Hall.
Well, we got two liquor license, so that's number one and two.
Right, one and two, and then three. What do you guys think? Three for the
We want to do
gateway,
Janice
and then
Hall, or do we want to do Gateway to Greenpoint? But Gateway to Greenpoint doesn't require, it's not on the clock, so I don't.
okay, so yeah, we'll do it like that. So the gateway to Greenway will be number three. One, two.
All this number.
Actually, I wanted to ask you a question
Yes.
before we do the numbers. Well, we do the minutes. I find that adding those liquor licenses is already on the agenda, so I don't think we should add it to the minutes as well. I don't know what you think.
I didn't hear your complete question.
I can't.
When I do the minutes that we add the extra with all the liquor licenses, I just take off like 2 pages. I mean, if we already put it in the agenda, I don't know, I'm just saying, I don't know if I should add it to the minutes because it just seems overwhelming.
We talking about the list that we have attached to the agenda?
Yeah, because we always have it, like, we always have it with the agenda, it's already on there. So then to put it in the minutes, I mean, it's just repetitious. And I'm trying to make it concise the minutes because I know people can read it when it's less overwhelming.
Well,
Because
they become part of the minutes because they had to be voted on.
no, not those. Those are after. Those are the ones that we present because we don't. All that makes sense because he does everything like as written. But when we send out the agenda, all the ones that are the new and the renewals seem to be added. I'm just trying to see a way because I know it gets overwhelming with the minutes, and I noticed that other community boards have been doing it like 1 or 2 pages, and whatever addendum they have to add. Because it just seems like so, like, for a lot of people, like,
Other boards do what now?
they just put like on the 2 page, like really the sort of like they say minutes of what the meeting go. Because I was just looking around, and it just seems that for us that's overwhelming. A lot of members don't read it because it just seems overwhelming. So what I was told by Jerry was that we just do what the board's response for, what their actions were. And I noticed that other boards do that, like they vote on something. They aren't as precise as we are. They'll just say like, okay, these are the items that they voted, and this was the vote and how it went. Because
So
it
you're
just seems
saying
like,
that we should just add the liquor license that we voted on that night
yes,
instead of all of those that's
yes,
listed, the renews and all that?
yeah.
It
It's just
sounds it sounds good to me. You know, the ones that we voted on.
okay, because we always have the community report attached anyway, and to make it at length and repetition, because it's like everybody has a committee, they put their reports too. So pretty much what I would do is like I was like, I don't know, the last minute when you saw them, like whatever the vote was, the resolution, just to try to, because it seems repetitious. Every committee submits their report, and it's always attached to all the minutes anyway. Everything that goes on, we're transparent, so it just seems like they'll take the time to read the minutes and really sort of like a quick, overview of what's going on in the meeting. So I don't know, just something to think about.
Gina, you're on the SLA. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm having a hard time hearing what exactly is Sonia saying about
That
the.
in the minutes we include the whole listing of these liquor licenses, but I think for the minutes we should just put those that you vote on and the outcome of that instead of just having these almost 2 pages long lists.
So I think what Sonia, let me just say, I think what Sonia's saying, like when we do the agenda, we got a whole page and a half of liquor license on there. I think she's saying we should not put all of those in the minutes, that we should just put the ones in the minutes that we voted on.
Oh,
Am
yeah.
I correct, Sonia?
Yes, I agree. Just,
Am I correct, Sonia?
Yeah, that was more eloquent than me. Yes, exactly.
yes. Yes, that's a very good idea. Just the ones we voted on.
Right.
Okay, thank you guys.
Okay, so everybody agree with that?
Just one thing, the meeting notice, according to the controller's office, when we got audited last year, they said that we have to put a meeting notice with the minutes.
Yes, no, that's what I'm saying. That the
That's
meeting
fine.
notice. Yeah,
So
what I'm
that
saying.
already has the liquor licenses listed.
Right, but the
Okay.
community boards, other community boards, when I was looking and shopping around to see how we can be more efficient and better have the members really be informed and not be overwhelmed. And you could look at the different community boards and their minutes and how it differs from us because they're really to the point. It's just minutes. It's like I told them before. It's not a chapter. It's not a book. It just seemed overwhelming because I found that before, like last year or the year before the COVID, people were like abstaining because they didn't read the minutes. They found it too overwhelming and they wouldn't read the minutes.
I gotta go check it though, guys. Hold on for a second.
And we do attach all that stuff, right, Jojo? Joanna, we attach all the stuff and all the committee reports to the minutes anyway, because it's like 100 and something pages. All the presentations are attached, right? Joanna, are you there? What happened to Johanna? Everybody's leaving.
I hear you.
I hear you.
Right?
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, because when we do the minutes, right, when you see the minutes, it's over, a lot of them is over like 100 pages. Because all the presentation, everything that they submit, everybody that comes to present, they bring their presentation, you attach it to the minutes, they do the committee, every committee report is also on the website, and we also attach it to the minutes. I just want to find a way that's more efficient for us and get people to really focus on decisions that were made and the vote how it went. So whenever we're filtering through things and we want to find something out, we don't have to go through all these papers. You understand? I don't know. Am I expressing myself, articulating? But I don't know.
Well, like Joanna said, that the meeting notice has to be attached to the minutes. So
Yeah, Exactly, but in the mini notice, it says renewals and new liquor license. So then you're putting it again, repetitious in the minutes, because it's already there with the notice. These are the liquor license are new, and these are the renewals. So people are already getting it twice. I'm saying it seems to me that it's repetitious because it's already there. You understand? It goes out with the notice, and people know what's up for renewal and what's new, and they can comment on it or whatever and sign up to speak about it like they do. So I don't know. I'm just saying, ladies. I don't know. You guys are the bosses too, so let me know.
So Sonia, are you saying that you would just simply then say, for instance, if we all vote, yes on all renewals, you can just say, the board voted yes on all the renewals. You don't have to list each, particular, bar or restaurant.
Yeah, because this is already there.
Yeah,
And since, Mr.
yeah.
What's his name? What's his name? Oh my God, I can't pronounce the community chair. So he always about it. He always puts like, okay, as written, and he always attaches it with all the stuff and the outcome in his committee report. So I thought, I would put, okay, resolution to approve all the renewals or the liquor license, the motion was made. Because he always put, in the minutes, I always put the resolution, there was a resolution to approve the report as written. And then they're going to attach his report anyway, committee report to the minutes. And allow the members and people are able to see our committee reports, right, on the website.
Yeah, I mean, I think that makes sense.
They can refer, because I see it, you can see the committee reports. And I've been looking around and asking people, and I see the way they make the minutes. Because as a secretary of my HCFC and co-op, so we tend to just make it more concise, like more, how do I say it, to the point, instead of just being overwhelmed with so much. I don't
Well,
know.
it depends on we get ordered, what it was expected of us. Like Joanna said, they said it had to be part of the minutes. So,
I see.
you might put in there, all of them was voted on or whatever. And then you got some people, they look at all the liquor license and said this one wasn't there and that one wasn't there, what happened? So you
Right.
got people on SLA to keep up with these liquor licenses.
Yeah, and that's why they have to commit that. I don't understand because when you refer to the other community board, that's why I don't know if there's different rules for different pools, but it's sort of different. I find that some of them have 1 page, 2 pages, depending on how their night goes, and I don't see all that on theirs. Why are we supposed to be audited and they're telling us that we have to have this standard when they are not doing it the same way that we're doing it?
Well, all community boards don't do things the same way, and all, you got community boards out there that's probably dealing with 10, 15 liquor licenses a month. And nobody that I know of is dealing with the volume that we're dealing with.
Yeah, because we are overwhelmed, but I mean, again.
Well, the thing about it, Sonia, all they have to do is just be transferred because they're already typed up from the meeting notice.
No, absolutely. I could do that cut and paste, but I'm saying that since it takes up so many pages and takes up, so many people just normally like, I don't know. Just a thought, just a food for thought.
It's a good thought, everything deserves discussion because there's always a better way to do things, But, you got people that go through those liquor licenses and they look at them, and
Yeah, I mean, because when I was told as a recording secretary, you look at the bylaws and the job description or the job function, the role, it was like to really represent what the board decision was, what the board voted on and how they voted on, which was really the focus that as a recording secretary for the board meeting to record. So, I mean, okay, I'll still do that way. That's no issue to me because, again, you just cut and paste. So.
yeah, it's just that, I know those minutes, they load your computer down. It's quite a bit
Yeah.
of pages.
No, because I read it once, and it's good. That's why I said with the committee reports, it's so good that they stick to the resolution. Because once I get it before, I start working on generating the paper for the motion, and I can type it up because I already know what resolutions are coming up, so it can look neater. So I can type it. Okay, so this is a resolution for landmark. This is a resolution for this committee. So it alleviates me. But then when they start changing all these resolutions and debating on it, So I asked him to, please be mindful because I can pre-prepare myself and type up more or less bits and pieces so I won't be overwhelmed. Because I
But
do.
we only vote on we only vote on the liquor license within the report, right?
No, you're right. But I'm saying that to me, it alleviates me because I try to like get it when I get the committee report. I start working from that on. I start putting my minutes together. Okay, this is what's going to be discussed. This is the order, so I can be ready to fill in the blanks. What was the vote? The roll call vote, and put in what was the outcome. So those are stuff that I do when I get in my paper ready for the attendance and getting paper ready for the roll call vote on the motions and resolutions. So it helps me alleviate me because that way I can be more prepared and not feel rushed. So last month I was able to get it out like 2 days later. 3 days later, get the minutes out because the transcripts are a mess and do it by based on the transcript. And then when I sit at hearing the meeting, on the WebEx, you know how long that takes. 3 hour
Oh,
meeting,
yes.
4 hour meeting. So I try to, make the best notes I can based on the committee, take from here, take from there, paste it for the resolution, which alleviates me because again, I have a day job. So, just to sort of, not trying to do any shortcuts, but at least to not feel like overwhelmed, like, because other people will make like a book out of the minutes. I'm not mentioning no names.
Okay, any other comments? Well, let's just think about this and look into it further and see what we can condense. We can't hear you, Gina.
I said, we'll think about it and talk further
Right.
to further understand.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, we'll see what we can cut back on and condense or whatever.
Mhm.
So, is there anything else we need to discuss?
No, we got the order ready, and then we're gonna go into the
Did everybody agree on the agenda, right?
Yes.
yes.
Okay, we gotta put a time between by the items. So people know they got X amount of time.
Okay. So we'll just,
Okay.
okay, like liquor licenses can be like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
They seem very quick. They're just overall presentation.
Yeah, well, that's one of the reasons we put the liquor license first, because sometimes we don't always have all the board members there before we do the presentations. Better to have everybody there when we do the presentations
Mhm.
because they go so fast. Yeah. I think the presentations, probably according to our agenda, I think it should be 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how big the presentation is.
Oh, the liquor licenses, 15 to
Well, like you said, liquor license 10.
10 minutes for the liquor license.
Yeah, and presentations, 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how big the presentation is and how, long it would take.
Okay.
Yeah, because, sometimes people give a presentation and you can spend an hour with people asking questions.
Yeah,
So we have to allow for that, so if a presenter can cut down their presenting time, condense more, that'll give them more time for questions. Because last night we was really there, I was wore out by the time I got up from this computer.
me too.
But you know what? I have to say it. For those questions, it was still a great meeting.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was meaningful. Yeah. And we moved along pretty fast, but, we had our electors and of course they had a lot to talk about, so that ran, that ate up a big chunk of our time. But
This
it's
is
just
good
so
because
many issues that they're dealing with and I can understand.
Yeah, that's a lot of issues.
the committee reports went very well.
Mhm.
They were really good last night.
What were you saying, Gina?
No, we have a lot of issues in this community. There's just
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
going on. That
Mhm.
it's um
Yeah, it's like nonstop. Time we think we got one issue settled, here's another one.
yes.
With the schools and the children,
I was in
Right. If
concern.
I was a parent, my kid would go to school if I had to go with them or something because, you know, for them to start missing days this late in the season, you know. I think they, you know, I guess they're trying to have safety measures in place where migrants don't come in contact with the kids.
Yeah, but it's so crazy. I mean, it's not about compassion or about like Lincoln and Jennifer was saying. It's more about the unknown, the fear that a lot of parents have. You know, we're living in a very, very cruel society. The world has gone mad. And the fact that you're telling that, you know, a lot of the parents came to me, you know, I live in the neighborhood, I've been here forever, where you're telling me my child has to be on lockdown, that it can't go out of the school, it just seems a little bit crazy.
Yeah, but you know, it's only for a few more days. And if you look around, if you go out in the street, there is so many homeless people out there. Your kids gonna come in contact with them going to and from school. I mean, the streets over here, you know, they're full of homeless people over here.
But the point is, like they said, it's just the communication, and let's have a sit down, let's talk about it. Okay, it's the executive order, and the fact I get it that the mayor has been put in a very bad place, and I feel for him. The federal government, all the stuff that's going on, he's put in a very bad place. But we've got to all put our heads together, and everybody's got to like. The fear is real for them, and I
Fear
hear
is
you
real to
speaking.
everybody when you walk out there now.
No, it's true, but I think that again, it's about that communication. Like people seem to forget. Like you know, people. Okay, this is our idea. Nobody knows. They're just a blind leading the blind. Okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna have security. We're gonna have this. We're gonna have that. That's how it's gonna work. Just the fact that you're gonna execute an order and just say, you know what, I'm not gonna share, or you're learning by doing. It just to me doesn't make any sense. There's got to be a better planning. There's got to be more explanation to the parents. You know,
Well, the thing about it, Sonia, is we're up against the wall. There's no space. And the mayor sent out a letter the other week to all of his agencies and told them to start looking for space that they could utilize. And I guess this is one of the spaces they came up with. So he directed all his agencies to start looking for places that they could utilize for the immigrants.
no, this is true, and then we always got to help, and you know, every one of us, I guess, we're all immigrants because, but I think that we've gotta learn how to get the word out and show compassion too, because a lot of times for both sides, a lot of times there's more ignorance and fear than what it is really common sense, and just talking about it, and you know, acknowledging, okay, I understand that you're afraid, and giving the explanation, but we have this in place. This is our plan. Let's work together. Let's unite because I think that the more you see every day, the society is divided. We continue to be divided. We're not going to conform to each other's views, but at least show validation, respect the fact that people have fear of the unknown. They don't know what's going on. Let's communicate. Because you have to see at both sides. I'm not trying to be the devil advocate, but we've got to look at both sides. You have to look at what the parents are feeling, what the community is feeling, and let's all try to, you know, get together, rally, and support the immigrants and support the migrants, but then also support those parents who really maybe don't know any better, maybe they don't understand what reality was going on. Understand? That's what I'm saying. That communication is key. You know, we're still dealing with the issue here on Barry Street, where I'm telling you, Madam Chair, it's a mess.
I know it is. You know, I understand what the parents are going through. These parents are scared to send their kids to school every day.
Yeah.
What they have to go through with. I know I'm scared for my grandson to be out there.
Yes. We all are.
You know, so and it's just an added burden, you know, to have the children, you know, it adds to it, you know, like, you know, they don't speak the same language. But you know, if they're gonna put my thing, if they're gonna put migrants in schools, they should put women and children.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. Women and children, family, but I agree.
So who knows? They just got some issues and they got to work them out, and I feel sorry for them.
Yeah, really, really rough.
Because you know we got so many issues going on. I mean, people, the elected officials can't solve one issue before there's another one. You know, and these are issues that nobody ever had to deal with.
They're managing by crisis. They're
What?
managing by crisis.
I didn't hear that, Sonia.
They're managing by crisis, and it's so sad.
Yeah,
Everything's been managed by crisis, and it's been our norm now. Ever since COVID, it just seems like everything's just managing by crisis. You know, it's like there's no preventative measures in, which is sad because you know we're depleting everything, and we don't seem to, you know, get a break. I'm like, wow.
It seems like we're dealing with stuff that we never had to deal with, and there's no blueprint. Everything, you know, is coming up, you know. And, you know, now they're talking about, you know, New York is subject to, lack of a better word, and not to frighten everybody. Now they're talking about the infrastructure in New York that we're eventually we're gonna have a disaster because of our infrastructure and all the cement and stuff that we done built here. You know, where the weight of the cement and the housing with the flooding and stuff, and we're, you know, we're in danger. You know, the
Oh, yeah.
waterfronts and stuff, because the water has risen and stuff. We done built so many buildings and stuff, and it's weighting down.
Yes. You saw what happened when the superstorm Sandy in Lower Manhattan.
yeah.
It reached second and third floors there by the seaport.
Chair, are we meeting for the church committee?
It's not 7 o'clock yet, Simon.
With
Or was it always at 6:45? No,
You're always watching us, but you know it's not 7. Haven't started.
I think it's at 6:45. No.
It's 7. Well, okay.
Well, Jan is not on yet. I don't know if she's getting on. You know, so we just dealing with one crisis after another. You know, now we got to wonder if you have a big storm where your building go floating down the East River.
God help us.
So, you know, Simon, if you want to start the steering committee meeting, go ahead. We finished. We got our agenda and everything.
Hello, Madam Chair.
Hi.
Go for a competition.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah, you got a campaign.
Yeah, but I appreciate Del
Yeah.
keeping me in mind and nominating me. It was an honor. But congratulations for Gina and for Sonia and for Del.
Right. That
Oh.
all of us.
Are we gonna be recording the search the committee? Search committee,
No.
man?
No, you can turn the recording off now.